cutting paper, and you are all working on your notons, and this is a little bit of a different technique. So we'll be working with silhouette paper cuts. And this assignment is also posted on Canvas, so you don't have to read it through here. I just wanted to put it in the PowerPoint. So what we'll be doing is continuing to work with asymmetrical balance and coming up with designs based on our own personal interests. And I say it should be representational, but I want you to know that it can be loosely representational. So it can contain exaggerated shapes, um, simplified down into a silhouette. So what could work in a silhouette? And I'll walk you through the process for this. And for now, let's go ahead and look at some more examples of these silhouettes. So I want us to think about asymmetrical balance, right? And like I said, most compositions in art are asymmetrically balanced, and it does take time to get to this where it's really working very smoothly. So you can see that the mass shape up here of the tree is nicely balanced against these more intricate shapes along the bottom here. And then again, the same is working here. The mass of the tree is working against this tight silhouette of the woman, well, the person's body against the white, right? So we also have value working here. So large, we have scale, we have value, we have intricacy working to create an asymmetrical design. And then here, this one is acting quite, is very much a symmetrical balance, but it is not quite, right? We still have, we can consider this the dividing axis, and it's quite similar on both sides, but we have something throwing it off just a little with this mass of a shape here on the left. And then more examples of an asymmetrical design, cut paper through silhouettes. So, and we have Kara Walker, who's also working with paper cut silhouettes. And her work explores the raw intersection of race, gender, and sexuality through iconic silhouetted figures. So we'll just showing these as a place marker for inspiration, right? The potential for shapes that you can get. Now, when you're creating these paper cut silhouettes for this second project dealing with asymmetrical balance, I want you to also think about the relationship between the shapes that are cut away and the shapes that are left. So being very intentional with thinking through the whole design. This is what we call figure ground relationship, and so understanding that all components of the composition will be working to create an asymmetrical balance, not just the shapes that you plan out to be the figure in your work, but also the shapes that will be cut away, which will comprise the ground. So really thinking through all the shapes in the composition. And I believe you're doing that right now with your notons. So the first step that I would like you to do to get started on this project and to work through over the weekend is a sketchbook activity. So because you don't have the paper to create the actual paper cuts, I'd like you to do some thumbnail sketches. So at least four 3 by 4 inch rectangles measured out with a ruler, kind of exploring some different ideas of what you might have as your subject matter for this assignment. So here's one that I kind of spent more time on, and if I were to move forward, I would work more on this design. So some things I want you to think about when you're doing this project, when you're doing these sketchbook quick sketches. Well, they can start out as quick, but I would actually like you to spend some time on these so that you have a clear plan. So when we come together on Monday, you have a real solid idea of the design that you'd like to work with. So I darkened in parts of the design to account for the whole shape, right? So you can start with a line drawing, but remembering that these are going to be cut shapes. So it needs to have more of a width than a line drawing. So I understood that the bold black lines, so this part of the design, right, that I'm drawing would eventually be the white part of the design, right? And then so this is, I'm drawing the darkness is what will be cut away, and then the design, the white parts that are going to be left will be black. So I imagine that this is what will be cut out. So I'm taking a really close look at the shapes that I'm leaving behind and really thinking about how to create asymmetrical balance. So this is a larger portion here with larger shapes, and then it will be balanced by this more intricate fence on the left. So this will be all posted on Canvas, and you can take a second to read through my notes and work through them. Um, if you would like, once you kind of hone in on a design that you like, you can actually measure out the size of the rectangle that you will be working with, which is 9 inches by 12 inches, to further finalize your design. So get a ruler and in your sketchbooks actually measure out 9 inch by 12 inch, and you'll have your size so that you can really work out the components. So when we come together on Monday, we can finish up um, radial and symmetrical designs, and I will be bringing in larger paper for those of you who have designs that expanded beyond the size of the sketchbook, and I'll be bringing in glue for us to finish those up, and then also to hopefully finish this one also. So get as far as you can over the weekend, sketch through your ideas, and really try to hone in on your design. If we need more time, we can take some of Wednesday to finish these up. Um, so if you have any questions, here's the actual assignment. Um, so continuing to work with light and dark relationships, right? We're thinking about shapes, and we're thinking about asymmetrical design. So thinking about the shapes that we're going to cut away as much as we're thinking about the design that is coming forward. So I put already up in module week 2, there's a sign up sheet um, for you to sign up for a Zoom meeting with me if you have any questions about this. You're also welcome to email me. So the first step, of course, is to do at least 4 of these boxes where you kind of are starting to work through your design ideas. So you can start to make a list here, right, of possible subject matter. So I thought a bike might be nice. This is, of course, very rough. I only spent a few minutes to kind of get the idea. I figured maybe people could be an interesting subject matter, or, of course, nature. So we have some leaves starting to be worked out here. And, I was very inspired by these paper cuts. So I kind of went with the idea of a tree and a fence also. So you can take some time to, research asymmetrical design. You can Google it and it'll come up with a lot of images. You can also Google and look through paper cut silhouettes and find more examples if you need more inspiration there. But for now, for just the weekend homework, please come in on Monday with at least 4 ideas and perhaps one that's worked through more. And we'll finish up our all three of these assignments, the radial balance, the symmetrical balance, no tans, and then we'll get started on this asymmetrical silhouette paper cut. Okay, so don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions. Sign up for a Zoom meeting. We can talk it through. Um, and stay safe. Number one, stay safe through the rest of this heat wave, and hopefully it looks like it's going to be 90 degrees on Monday. So, okay, stay safe, stay cool. See you Monday or on Zoom.